We traveling. Progress has been made on the traveling vendor, which will be roaming around on a map near you soon. Whether or not it's going to make it into the patch next month is still unknown, but we do know that it will have vending machines on it with custom sell orders, as well as being equipped with auto turrets, and that you'll be able to use gestures to make it stop on the side of the road. Something that would be interesting to see is this traveling vendor having rotating items within its shop, but for now we're just going to have to wait until development progresses further. Handcuff models have been created, as well as a shove test associated with a hood and cuffs, which can only lead to the assumption that you will be able to handcuff downed players, hood them, and push them in the direction that you want them to go. I'm sure that this will be a great addition to the game and everybody will use it responsibly. Another new addition to the game we'll be seeing soon is a seismic sensor, which has the ability to detect explosions within a radius around it. The only thing that we know for certain is that it will have a different power value associated to different tiers of explosives. I don't think there's going to be any visual indicators, but if there is, I'm predicting it'll just be a cardinal direction pointing towards the explosion. The SKS is still in limbo, and there's no official word on whether or not it's going to become a SAR skin in the Nomad DLC or whether it will become its own tier 2 weapon. There's also work being done on something called a Blunderbuster. Whether or not this is going to be a skin or DLC is still unknown, but it's most likely going to be some type of a musket. Back in April, we saw some work being done on the mission system in the game, and there was a commit towards a metal detector mission that did not get pushed on Force Wipe. I'll keep you guys posted on any new information that comes out on this topic, and hopefully our two friends at the Outpost will have some work for us to do soon. In other news, there's also been a ton of fixes occurring in the background, one of them being ghost trees that reappear after they've been chopped down. There's now a check that's been put in place that will hopefully prevent them from doing this. A collider that has been blocking barrels from being placed on the top of salvage shelves has been fixed. These are the types of commits that let you know the developers are paying attention to the small details. Instead of your health being drained when you're overheated, it will instead now only be your thirst and hunger. The cargo ship has had yet another fix, which will hopefully prevent it from crashing into the island this time and instead make it turn sharper into the harbor. A bug with industrial conveyors deleting items that pass through it has been fixed, as well as some work being done on the cliffs located near the beach so that they're not impossible to jump up. The developers have also been working on changes and things that they would like to see in the game during this hack week. If you're unfamiliar with Hack Week, it's when the developers get to experiment with things that could potentially be in the game in the future. Some of my favorites from this Hack Week that I think would make good additions to the game include the work that Jake is doing on the ambient volumes that reduce the darkness inside buildings, the ability to throw grenades underhand instead of them falling at your feet. The pool table and the dartboard are really cool, but I think they'd be even cooler if they had some sort of scrap gambling aspect associated with them, and if they were player deployables instead of things found at Bandit Camp. There's also work that's been done on new gestures, and if these ever get added into the game, I can only assume they'll be a DLC. And then there's this Hack Week commit from Jake where he's suggesting to allow players to place barricades inside monuments with a higher decay rate possibly. I personally think this would be a great addition to the game and would allow players to have different types of PvP experiences in the monuments they've been playing in for years. Let me know in the comments what your opinions are on allowing players to place barricades inside of monuments, and if you're not caught up on my previous Rust update videos, there's a playlist on screen as well as a link in the description. But that's all I got for you guys today. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, leave a dislike if you didn't, and I'll catch you in the next one.